Okay. Well, that's sweet of you. It's gonna be a good season.
This moment right now, this feeling is why we waterfowl hunt. I don't know how many are over there, but good Lord.
What started off looking like a great day ended up just being terrible. I just don't ever recall it being this difficult. But it's certainly getting old. It's getting old. All you can do, keep your head up and keep on plugging away. And eventually fortune has to turn. Well, old Golden Boy and I are on a late season layout boat hunt here. And we pulled up at the parking lot. We're the first people here. And we're hearing lots and lots of mallard quacking. So we've been out here an hour. And still we're the only ones out here. So I got this boat on Craigslist. It has had problems with leaking ever since I got it. And this thing has been patched probably 3 or 4 times. But still, not horrible leak. Just to the point where I want to bail it out a little bit so Lizzie and I get laying out in this thing. A lot of the weight goes to the back, and so it's kind of cold, and if I can get some of the water out of here, it'll help her out a little bit. Right, is here. So Aiden and I have our layout boats, and we've got grass mats, and then around the top and the back, even though we've got layout boats with grass mats, we've got willows already in here naturally, and we're just mixing in vegetation with it. And then here's mine. I did use the tarp just to get Izzy a little better hide. Izzy's actually right back there, you can't even see her. So it's about 30 degrees. There was a little skim ice on here when we came in, but nothing big. The ice has just come off in the last couple days, and there's been mallards quacking ever since we've been here. We've been here for a long time to get here early and get this spot, but it's just us right now. So high hopes with mallards quacking. Tons of mallards in here last night. Old Corn was on a scout for us. He saw tons of mallards coming into this spot. So hopes are high for sure.
I don't know how many mallards are over there, but there is a ton of quacking. This moment right now, this feeling is why we waterfowl hunt. I think it's above actually shooting a bird, this anticipation. With all these ducks going nuts. And just the thought of hovering drakes over our decoys. Man. That's what we call filthy with mallards. Look at those red stripes. Kind of cool. I don't know how many are over there, but good Lord. Well, we're not getting them in here. First thing we'll probably try to do is pull the spinner. Second thing we'll do, we might just make a move and go right to where they're landing. I hate to make a move with this many ducks around, but they all want to land in the same spot. And it makes me want to be in that spot. So how long till we move to the eggs? I'd like to give it some more time, but if we wait and someone else comes out here and slips into that spot, we're not going to be happy. We know right where they're landing, and it's not here.
I really, really do not like moving this early, but we can see right where the X is. They're all wanting to go down in one spot, and we're having problems pulling them over here. So I think the best decision, and that's the spot they've been in years past. That's been the X for years. We didn't set up there because Jeff had seen exactly where they were going down, but they're not doing that this morning. So we're gonna move in just a second and go right over to where we see them landing. So here's our hole in the area where all the ducks were landing. And we're gonna sit up here and then just ride it out. There's still plenty of ducks moving. This is the side they were roosting on. So we're gonna ride this hole out here. We're gonna set up and see how it goes. Well, to say that today has been disappointing is an understatement. There was several thousand ducks in here all morning quacking. And we get in here, sun comes up and they're flying all over this area here that we're in now. Come over here to get where the X is. Now they're not really flying over here anymore. So, I don't know. Disappointing. Time for soup. Well, this is the best thing that's happened today. Hearing all those ducks this morning was fun, but I can't believe we haven't even pulled the trigger today. That just is mind-boggling.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened, but it's crazy.
I mean, our cover's been good. We've refortified. Maybe we shouldn't have made the move, but I mean, 95% of the birds were landing pretty much right where we're at now. Anyway, extremely discouraging to say the least. And we'll see, maybe we'll get some midday flights here and they'll start wanting our setup here. But it's certainly very discouraging. This soup is not discouraging, however. I made that right here on my lap.
Here one.
We'll probably have one coast right down in on us while we're eating lunch.
I hope so.
Yeah. What started off looking like a great day ended up just being terrible. Man, it's frustrating. We saw where the X was. We thought the best choice was to run over here and get on the X. I mean, there's duck movement. There's plenty of ducks flying. But they're flying now on the other side of the marsh. We had been way better off if we just stayed where we were at. It's frustrating. It was certainly a very disappointing hunt. Disappointing turn of events. I just can't believe with all those ducks in here that we didn't even pull the trigger. I just can't even believe it. This year just never ceases to amaze me, you know. Since I started making these videos last year, our hunting success has spiraled down. We have never had back-to-back years this unsuccessful. We've had some good hunts this year. Teal season was great. You know, we've had a handful of good hunts, but I don't know what the deal is. But success is seeming to be harder and harder to come by these last 2 years, and I just don't ever recall it being this difficult. I don't ever recall having this much trouble and this much of a struggle to shoot ducks. I just don't ever recall being like this. So I just keep expecting things to turn. I mean, we've had scout after scout after scout this year. Probably 5 or 6 scouts. We've scouted more this year than in the past. And at least, I'd say 4 or 5 times, we've got birds located, ready to go, and we go the next day. Nothing, just like this. Thousands of birds in here, and we can't even pull the trigger. You know, there's probably 3 groups on this marsh right now. Hardly anyone's pulling the trigger. So, you know, all you can do, keep your head up and keep on plugging away. And keep doing the right things and keep doing what you know. And eventually, fortune has to turn. But it's certainly getting old. It's getting old. I was going to show you guys my thermos because this thermos that Fumbles and I got from last year is the most. It's not very big, but man, that thing keeps heat like crazy. I'm going to show you in a little bit, that thermos, when we get back to the truck. And I'm gonna put a link in the description down below where you can check out this thermos on Amazon, because I'm telling you, this thing flat keeps things hot. It's not very big, but it keeps things hot like you wouldn't believe. So this is the mug I was talking about, the thermos I was talking about. And there's no sponsorship deal with this at all. It's just an amazing thermos. This thing keeps its heat better than any thermos that I've ever had before. So I'm gonna put a link in the description to Amazon where you can get this. Again, this is not a sponsor. This thing's just awesome. So go check it out.